Alright everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're reviewing Cookie Sama. So we have 2 unlock rune slots. Let's go ahead and hatch him. So he is the brand new race monster, and and his description said that he was an attacker. Okay, that's a cool special it's got. Alright, so number 1259, Cookie Sama. Now first off, let's look at its evolving trait. So at rank 0 it's got hardened, which is I don't know really what to say. I mean, it's an umbrella trait, so no comments there. At rank 1 is that it has immunity to freeze, which I guess it's fine. It's not great. But at rank 3, the status caster self-stun immunity, I don't like it at all. Maybe it could have been something like self-damage boost. Maybe freeze and stun could be a mountain at rank 1. Maybe it could have gotten a damage boost. So guys, so far I don't really like the appeal of this monster. So anyway, let's look at its recommended skills over here. So it's got an area quicksand skill, so I'm gonna replace that. And it has an insane dark damage skill. I think that's really great. That's a really high damage output with just a 1-turn cooldown and applies days. Then we've got a heavy dark damage. Could have been better if it had a negative effect or something. And then over 9000, which gives triple damage and immunity to stun. Now, I think you can exchange between these moves. One of them gives a minor damage boost and an extra turn. One of them gives triple damage. I guess it really depends on your style, but I'll go for the recommended moves, except the last one I might replace here and there. So far, it's looking kind of good. It's even got this heavy earth damage move with quicksands. Again, only a 1-turn cooldown. So far, it looks like a really good attacker with a really good damage output. Alright guys, I also think it has a really good relic slot. It has a sword and essence, so I've given it a obscure sword and the Uriel's essence, so it can respawn. And for runes, I'm gonna go 2 strength runes. If I had another rune slot unlocked, I might go 3 strength runes. So let's go ahead and talk more about this monster. So let's just start off with his pros. So what I see is he has a really high damage output skills. It's got a insane damage skill at 80 damage with just 1-turn cooldown, and it also has area 40 damage skills along with quicksands. So far it's looking really good. And I also checked its power output in comparison with the other multiverse monsters. It is also pretty high, so it's good on that case. And it also has low cooldowns. It's only like a 1 or a 2-turn cooldown skill, so cooldown activation wouldn't really be a problem. Now let's talk about his bad things, and there is a lot. So first off, just address the obvious. The trait is horrible. It's a horrible trait. It's literally immunity to freeze and his status caster immunity to stun. And hardened is the worst umbrella trait, so its traits are really bad, and it's holding it back from being a great attacker. And another good thing which I forgot to mention is that he can buff his damage output by applying triple damage or damage boost, so that's another good thing about him. Now, one of the main concerns which I have for this monster in the PvP meta is it is a dark type monster. It is basically a dark slash earth type monster, so at first glance it sounds good. A dark slash earth type monster, the typings cancel out each other and it only makes it weak to light type. So while it sounds good on paper, the main meta monster right now, the meta revolving around the main monster, is Just Injustice, which is, you figure, a light type. So this is gonna get completely obliterated in the PvP meta because everyone uses Jestin or Grifanias, lesser known, or even Evaris, the more recent ancestor, but all of them are light types, which means Cookie Sama is gonna get completely obliterated in the PvP meta. So that's really bad for the monster overall, which is why I won't be using him as part of my PvP team. But I do recommend you use him if you're in the lower levels, where Justin isn't that common, maybe in the golds or silver leagues where Justin isn't that common. I think he's a good attacker with really high damage outputs and all that. So if you have Cookie Sama, you can definitely use him if you're a low level player. But if you're a high level player, I guess the only use you have it is in wars. So that's all about this monster. This monster is simply a decent attacker with high damage outputs, which can apply torture and buff himself up. Not really much going on for him, but yeah, you can definitely use him. He's a I'd say slightly above monster, considering how many bad monsters we've seen in this Multiverse era so far. So that's really all about this monster. Subscribe.